Testing, 1, 2, 3. What's going on, fellow rogues? It's Massmere here, and welcome in for episode 5 for Bloodborne. So yesterday's stream, rogues, was kind of a mixed bag on things, in the sense that we didn't really find any bosses, and for the most part, I actually did, good news is I did get to go to a new area. We checked out the Cathedral Ward, and then went to Old Yarnum, and, I basically just, mouthed off, basically the entire stream, whatever. Like, if it was, walking, I probably had something, to say to it and everything. And also this old lady I rescued, I definitely had, a lot of, choice words for me, Big thank you to me, I guess, for, saving her. But, yeah, we visited, the Cathedral Ward, and basically got a little bit of stuff done there, got a little bit of progression. There wasn't any bosses. But then I went down to Old Yarnum, and that's where things kind of took a bit of a turn, where I realized that there are actually other hunter-type enemies that I gotta deal with, which I really am hoping they don't respawn. I actually did a little bit of research, and supposedly they don't. I just kind of wanted to do that in advance, just to make sure I knew what I was kind of preparing for. Because there was one hunter I had a lot of trouble with, and then there's another one that I'm probably gonna stay away from at the moment. It's got a turret. I went up there and tried to fight it, and it definitely was very tough. So I'm probably gonna maybe do a little more leveling. So I'm probably gonna leave that one alone as much as I want to get revenge on it. But yeah, Old Yarnum definitely seems like it's kind of an area where it's kind of taking a little bit of a spike up. It's not really, I don't know if I really want to say it's one of my favorite areas so far. I think the Cathedral Ward has definitely probably been my favorite place to explore at the moment. But Old Yarnum definitely has got a bit of a challenge to it. I got a few deaths there. But at the very least, the main enemies that I had to deal with, there aren't really that much of a challenge. It's these little feral-looking werewolf golem mummy things, I guess that's the way I can describe them. But I pretty much had to deal with them. They weren't really too much of a challenge, but it's these hunter enemies I gotta deal with. Those are definitely the problem right now. And I'm still don't know what where the next boss is. Hopefully we'll be able to encounter that soon. But anyways, the plan is, I guess, today is there's gonna be another 2 stream day, rogues. We're gonna be playing through doing a little more of this. I'm gonna try to be live for maybe 2 hours, or at the very least until I can beat my next boss or whatever, and do a little more exploration. Hopefully the boss will be too far away, because that has been overdue for me to fight another one. And then alongside that, there should be some more Grounded 2 today. I know Amber Wolf 17 was saying she was going to probably go live with a stream to kind of work on her house. And I do want to go through and try to work on, getting, some stuff for my, my armor set, and weapon that I want to use. Kind of very similar to the build I had in the previous game. So I'm going to be working on trying to build that. Maybe try to work on my little shoe house I want to make. I want to kind of spiff up, so hopefully that'll be a fun little stream. And plus we're gonna hopefully be playing more Grounded tomorrow anyway. Maybe Eldronox gonna be able to join us for these streams as well, but we'll see. But anyways, go ahead and get on to this. Got some work to do, because I'm only gonna probably be live for about maybe 2 or so hours. I don't know what time Amber's wanting to do her stream, but I don't know if Eldronox is gonna be joining us. But I know for Fat Mac won't, because he's gonna be at work. But yeah. And I also kind of talk things through with Eldronox and Mac on basically we kind of have a bit of agreement now where I'm gonna still try to focus, even if we don't have a full group. I'm still gonna focus on exploring the yard. I'm just gonna completely stay away from any kind of story stuff. So anything with those ABC discs, or things with the mysterious stranger or whatever. I'm gonna completely stay away from all that. But I'm still gonna explore the backyard. I keep saying backyard because I'm used to playing the first game. I'm gonna keep still explore the park, try to find new stuff, and try to focus on just hopefully getting myself a little bit leveled up, so I can kill more bugs. And get some proper upgrades, for them to be able to use next time they play. That's kind of what we did with Grounded 1. People joined when they did, and I pretty much was able to go in and I kind of just went around killing stuff, getting upgrades, and they were able to kind of use that to further themselves along, and then we were able to they were able to catch up with me. So yeah, back to Old Yarnum. See if I can actually get something done this time. The main concern I've got is that I'm pretty sure my bloodstain is all the way up there with that guy, and yeah. I very least want to go out there, see if I can score my stuff and try to get back down, because I don't think I'm actually ready to fight him yet. But I gotta get back to him first. So back out to Old Yarnum. Okay, so, like I said, these punks out here ain't really that difficult to deal with. There should be one coming across the bridge, right now. Okay, so, and there'll be some coming through the fog right here. Let's see. There's that one. Okay. So again, what I looked up is apparently they're not supposed to respawn, like the hunters aren't. So that means we should be like down one, 'cause I took out one last time. Trying not to get touched by these jerks. Down right there. Is he stuck? Is that jerk stuck under the ground again? Yeah, be stuck. How does this keep happening? There's like that. All right, he got stuck under the ground yesterday too. Okay, that's a good combination to take them down without getting hit. Oh, you opportunists. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about that one under the floor. I don't know how he keeps on getting stuck. Okay, that's down. I said, yeah, like tempering blood gemstone. I think didn't we already have one of those? I'm even hearing him up there or whatever. I mean, I just don't understand how this jerk keeps on like ending up going through the floor. It's not my problem or whatever. I mean, there's no point like trying to stick around fighting him. I mean, I can hit him, but it's just okay. See, that's when I batted away. I remember that happened last time. Okay, at least I'm kind of breezing through like a lot of this. I also need to like be very careful because I don't need like the... What's that noise? Keep on hearing like stuff breaking. Y'all don't want to do this. I promise you, you're gonna regret killing me. Let's keep this fair now, alright? Me and you. Yeah, look, I'm already kind of like a little miffed I had to like go back through all this again. What, you know, it's not the end of the world. I say, as long as I ain't got to deal with that one hunter. Okay, I kind of want to try like do what I did before or whatever, because I need like lure these. Yeah, we want to keep that from happening. Okay, let me quit some pebbles. Darn, it didn't aggro him. This should, though. Got him. Great. Okay. Going to just try to, like, just lure them back in. Come on. Undelay, undelay. Here we go. That's what I was waiting for. I think I want to say well, I couldn't have upgraded my axe. I didn't have like the the stuff for it, the resources. Okay. Are there any more? I want to make sure I get all of them out of the way. Alright, these two should be no problem. said that and they almost got me. Alright, it's that. Alright. So, shoot, now another one popped up. Alright. I was going to get... What the heck? They weren't there before. Okay. Probably should have led with the cleaver. Welcome in, Amber. Stupid on my part. Okay. Okay, I should be all of them now. Okay. Okay, the hunter would have appeared by. All right, so that is good news. The hunters do not respawn. All right, yeah, because he would have shown up by now. All right, so question here. Don't want to do this again. I want to at least go up here and see if I can like get my blood stains. I know I don't think I can take this guy. As much as I want my revenge. I'm also like trying to play it smart here. Let me at least see if I can see my blood stain. Oh, can I attack on ladders? Oh, so you can attack on ladders. Okay, let's hope that... Oh, and you can also go faster. Okay. So you can go faster. That's cool. I don't see my blood stain. That's not a good sign. And I'm dead. Shit.
I should think you still have dreams.
That was so unfortunate and embarrassing. That's just my luck.
Give some thought.
I need to like practice, like, you know, getting down, climbing down off, like getting down on a ladder. That's why I backstepped or whatever and I flew off. Okay, that was on me. That was completely me. Still, that's embarrassing though. I can't. I just did that. So if my bloodstain was up there, where I can't get it now. So, look, dude. Okay, I'm taking a walk shame here. Get out of my way. I'm just so frustrated with myself right now after that. I can't even blame Newton for that one, because, I mean, that was like... I thought I heard one behind me. Leave it a cleaver. Oh my god. Do y'all not know how to die? Okay, now that was such an oversell. I didn't even smack you against that thing. That was like, that was some serious insurance fraud. I didn't do all that damage to you now. Like the way it just bounced off of the wall. I mean... Okay, now it's your turn. I won't get involved in my business so much. Okay, rinse and repeat. I'm just... Alright, so since my take on is this, I ain't got no reason to go up there and deal with that guy right now. I mean, I ain't got my blood... I ain't got no blood stain to get anymore, so... Oh, that's a new one. That crescent one. I don't think we had that one yet. I think that was like a... That was definitely like it was a new one. I don't know what it does. I don't even know if I can, like, you know, add any of my weapons. We gotta go down this way. I'm intent on not letting that happen again, though. First, I'm not... And I would go and make the same mistake. Enough of that. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Make sure I got all that done. Whoa, okay, yeah. I almost like goofed right there. Almost like the exact way I did before and almost fell off an edge again. I really need to get better about that. Man. No touchy. Okay. At least I'm like, getting through here like pretty quickly. Now it's just this part right here I hate, because I gotta like try to kite everything in here. Right. Okay, as long as I can funnel them in, we're good. This thing, like, when I can actually basically force them into a way where like they have to come in from one side instead of like all around me, I can handle it. That's the trick to this. This basically is the way I can just kind of funnel them in. I've used this like in other games I played, where I kind of like force them into a spot where they have like only one way the entrance, and I can just kind of like just pick them off one by one. Okay, for some reason my transformer attack didn't work that time. But I got him. All right. Now I know there's more out here. Let me go and kite them over too. Thankfully I can outrun the bullets. In the very least, this is practice and whatever. I'm dealing with like swift enemies. These guys ain't tough or whatever. They're actually, to me, they're faster than the villagers from the first area, but they're really not that hard to deal with. Especially, when you can kind of like, control which way the crowd comes from. Like, if they were coming from all sides, yeah, it'd be a problem, but... Okay, I figured I could handle that one. Alright, we're good now. I shouldn't have doubled back to see if it dropped anything. Okay, let me go over here and get my bloodstain, if it actually dropped where it should have. And then we'll go through here. Which is concerning. I don't know, just something about that corridor that kind of concerns me. Okay. Did my... I know they're not telling me that I fell through the, if I swear, they're trying to say I fell through the floor or whatever. And that my bloodstain's somewhere down there. Like, that would be just my luck. And that's kind of like, basically catchphrase of this game now. It's just my luck. It's like, so... Well. Of course, I put it up here when I'm already, like, having problems. Like, I understand how to go back down a ladder. Alright, well. You cheap son of a... Come here and do that. Punk. You want to go? Little silver ass. Oh, so you can slide down. See, I was talking about that before. That's convenient. Yeah, like it's a sprint button. See, I was saying that before. It would be cool like, if you could slide down. So I think like, the one other game where I fear ladders, as much as fear. God forbid, you playing fear or whatever, you go up against, go up the top of a ladder or whatever, you better brace yourself because Alma's probably gonna be there. That's what I thought. I knew something was up. But you know what? That's the only chance this y'all gonna get. Okay, I'm gonna get him eventually, I promise you. Okay, so we definitely got like a few different areas to go through. I'll come back to this. Good thing about this, these jerks are slow compared to the others. Except when they're actually about to... Good thing, like I said, it's a good thing they're slow. Now, what's that you were doing? I gotta ask you something. Blonde or brunette? The only problem is they hit you or whatever. Like the big ones, like definitely can like can hit that get that poison thing up there really quickly. So you really gotta watch it with them. The thing is, they're slow, but then they get like really fast. At least got plenty of antidotes, but they're slow, definitely fast. Like when they were taking a swing at you. Okay, before we go down there, do I want to check out this over here? I think I really do. But I mean, at least I'm kind of like making more and more progress. The question is... Okay, I wonder if like... Shut up! The fact that after I did that, I got needle drop quiet in here is concerning. Nothing. All right, I'm gonna do something real quick before we go down here any further. I'm gonna go and check over here, see if it leads back into the same area, and if so, we'll go back up, and then we can kind of like explore the balcony. So what's the point of that up there, unless they want me to like use that as a vantage point? Oh my God! Shut up! Ow! Oh. I wasn't paying attention to my health. Okay. Alright. See, the fact now I gotta repeat all this again because you jerks, you're about to pay for that. I wasn't paying attention to my health. Should have healed. So that was on me too. Okay, it's all good. So it's okay. I mean, at least we got inside there. Got inside the building. It's just, the fact is such a trek backwards. I mean, this area is definitely kind of annoying for that. I gotta go all the way back over here. At least, like, the other areas, the checkpoints weren't that bad. It's probably good to just stick to the cleaver. It seems like that's actually better against these guys. Yeah, I got max speed with speed. The axe is good, whatever. It's got range, but it's better just like do like damage quicker. Boys, you don't want it. Like I said, you don't want it. Radiant, alright, the gemstone. I don't know if I got that one either. At least I'm getting some gemstone farming out of the way. Let's see, that works like much better. Welcome in, Elginox. The third. I'm the first, dude. I'm first edition. Welcome in. Talking about, like, long lost rule of the realm of overpriced sandwiches. This whole damn planet is overpriced sandwiches. Unless, like, well, at least you're in the States. And I think I've seen, like, some sandwiches overseas, wherever, that definitely, beat the economy here. I just want to walk on through. I didn't even care that time. What's up, pigeons? No, don't go. Okay, false. Oh, boys. See, there's a little rule I got, okay? I slice you, you die. I stab you, you die. Look, okay, I got already. There's already one of you. I got a bone to pick with down here. Preferably have its rib cage. No, sit down. Click. I don't know why I did that. Alright, like I said, it's just this part right here I don't like. Because ambush tags work both ways, buddy. Oh my. Okay, you know what? That's it. You boys want to pull that on me? Bring it. You're next. I'm going back over there, and I'm gonna kick your mama's ass. I mean, I guess your mama, I don't know, maybe your cousin twice removed. I don't know, I know they're taller than you, I'm gonna fight them. Well, the good news is I think there's actually a blind spot down here, too, so I don't actually necessarily have to, like, kill box them. So I'll just kill them. Jesus Louises. Well, I gotta talk to you. Good talk. Nope. Too fast. But one thing is helping, like I said, is that one hunter, like, the hunters don't respawn. Like, I worry about that. Mm-hmm. How's it going? Okay. I'm gonna take advantage of their speed. Or their lack of speed. Yeah, that's adorable. What about you? Go ahead, do that thing where you try to touch me. Oh, wow. Well, that's a bunch of crap. Try it again. Okay, how's that? Come on. Can I not, like, stun them? Whatever. I was going easy on you. You know, maybe there is a point to this. Like, I don't think I can get down there. Oh shit! What in the hell is it? Well, first things first. I'll come back up here in a second. I got business to take care of. It's gonna be taken care of. Gotta handle some stuff. Hi. Remember me? Give my stuff back, bitch. Y'all come up the stairs. All right, let's go. Okay, this might be a problem. Shit. Okay, kill box them. Control which way they come at me from. They're faster. Shit. Look, boys. Stop emoting, you moron! He just emoted out of nowhere. Almost got me killed. Okay, you know what? Okay, that was close. You're next, punk. Let's go. Move. Who in the hell made them so mad? Okay, all right, let me go clean that, because I'm trying to, like, because there's a little drop-off right here. I wonder if there's something down there. Yeah, I don't want to deal with those guys ever again. Those guys sucked. They were, like, frenzied as heck. They were, like, they were faster. They were, like, they poisoned me. Yeah, I'm going to wait on going down there. Yeah, okay, I can see what it is. It's going to let me get that right there. All right. So that's what the thing upstairs is about. Well, at least I'm kind of, like, getting further and further in. But I am genuinely concerned. Like, expressly concerned. Or what you got? Okay, that's always nice to have. Shut your face! Shut up your face. Doing your little naked cloak karate or whatever. Okay, jokes aside, I gotta watch it with them. Alright, time to take some prep time in. Like I said, I don't know if I can actually stun these jerks. Welcome in, Eltria. Or Etria. Okay. Get a layout here. Alright, good news is they're all slow. Yeah, so far it's my second one I played. I'm doing a blind playthrough of it. Okay, let's see here. So you can, good. Sometimes I need to back off because the rest are gonna... Yeah, I gotta stay away from... Yeah, I can't see why they haven't actually put this on PC. Okay. I said, just take them on one at a time. What about you? So your buddy over there is like letting you fight on your own. You think you can do this? Think you can handle it? Come on, fight. Hit me. Come on. Shut up. You know what? Look, don't think you're excluded just because, you didn't come here and fight me. I'm about to come here and beat your ass in just a minute. Give me a second. But ritual blood. So I'm going to go and just go out on a limb here. Big open area. Maybe. I'm going to keep an eye out. I think right there kind of like looks pretty sus. I'm trying to see if I can find like another... I don't know if there's another... bunch of crows. Yeah, the architect. Just what do you think you're gonna accomplish? I like how he actually apparently thinks I can't see him up there. I wish I could just throw a pebble and just knock him off the wall and send him like down to the abyss below. Oh, I just wish I could just smack him with a pebble. So ritual blood, huh? Okay, so I'm guessing it must be a crucial item. And a holy chalice ritual, okay. Alright, looking at like I'll figure out what that is later. I'm taking that. I don't know what it is, but I want it. See, you're guarding this, I want it. Get out of my way. I said move. See, I broke the damn coffin. I was gonna bury you in that, just so you know. I like to take credit for breaking things, Stinky. Not like, helping others break things. That's my job to break things. Okay, glad we cleared all this out. So it looks like really the only other places to go is going to be out here. Well, I don't know. I mean, that thing looks kind of dead. Of course, I mean, when's that stop? Like, something like, coming live trying to kill me in one of these games. I mean, it wouldn't be the first zombie we fought. Okay, birds won't be a problem. Okay. Let's see if I can kind of like, Okay, I don't know why, but I thought I saw a wing for a second. I was like, wait, something flapping around out here? 'Cause I thought I saw something, but I don't know if it was like a texture thing. I swear I thought I saw a wing. Alright, we got plenty of bloodstone shards, so I know. Looks like it might be a boss area. Alright, so we got plenty of bloodstone shards, so that'll be enough for me to like upgrade my axe or maybe like the cleaver again. Because the cleaver's been my main go-to and the axe has been secondary, but I have been like playing around with the axe a bit more. At least I know, like, he's gonna try to ambush me, but I mean, that's just like one wolf. I can handle him. Now the question is which way we go in here. Go up there or... It got too quiet in here all of a sudden. I'll come back. I'm gonna try to trust my instincts on that one. I don't know, I just kind of like I went in there and I just kind of surveyed the area. I was like, wait a minute, Sun didn't burn those bodies for one thing. I'm pretty sure it was like, maybe the other hunters, but See, it's a good thing I did that. I trust my instincts where, because we got ourselves a shortcut back down. So if I die, I can just like, instead of fight through all of that, but I can just go through here. Okay, so. At least I'm not gonna feel as bad if I die now. Because, I just cut like a whole bunch of like time out of the way there by opening that shortcut. I really just wish I could just deck him with a rock and knock him off that wall. So my guess is, looking at the way everything's going here, we're gonna have to go through here to get around there. Okay. So there may not be anything, but I'm still on the side of caution because something burned these bodies. And I'm pretty sure that this city isn't just populated by 2 hunters. Well, I think we... Oh. Oh, sorry, are you doing something? Sit. Alright. But that still doesn't... I mean, I feel like maybe that's what we saw, like, smoking in the city before. These guys like to hide in the smoke or whatever, and, like, it's just burning bodies or whatever, but I don't know. I mean, I just kind of feel like something's off still. I guess it's just like me just being consistently on my guard, you know, considering I'm playing... what kind of game I'm playing here. Okay. So we gotta make sure we want to watch above us, because I have a feeling that one wolf is the only one that's gonna try to ambush me. 2 of them right there. Try to see if I can divide and conquer them. Punch in blood cocktail. Alright. Bring it. It's just when it didn't let me do my visceral thing. But you know what? You two are about to have a bad day because I got a shortcut right to you. I'm not about to lose those 15,000. That's like a lot of, you know, currency there. Nope. 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 But that just frustrates me, whatever. The fact that, like, literally what happened there is that I got back against the wall, so I couldn't, like, you know, get out of the way. And the visceral, like, didn't work. Like, I didn't get, like, you know, close the gap on him in time. But also, I think it might have been because, like, you know, it didn't make the sound thing until afterwards. So we got audio desync on. So that's one of the key issues. Like, you know, I rely on, like, right when I do the... you had, like, that little window to do the visceral. And, you know, you want to listen to the audio cue. So I, like, fix that sound desync where I think that's, like... because I noticed... yeah, because basically, you know, if he, like... you know, you want to listen to for it, like, you know exactly when to, you know, rush in. And if he, and like I said, you know, like the enemies that come at you like from different sides or whatever, you know, again, audio cues like really help. When like my audio's delayed, like after something happens or whatever. Make me lose all of that if you want to. No one likes an opportunist. Okay. Just gotta get back over here, which ain't gonna take that long. I've had like a pretty good success, you know, rate of like getting over here now. Damn it, I gotta stop doing that. Okay, I'm reloaded now. Alright, there's that. Of course it doesn't hurt them. That's just my luck. I mean, maybe I would have got one of them. I don't know. Freaking Boyd. They're gonna come out of there. All right. So, rinse and repeat. Get them coming here. All right. Okay, pick up this item. I mean, I'm loving it. I absolutely love this game. It's just, if I can stop dying, which of course that's expected, but... Okay, I'm not gonna worry about the other one over there in the corner. I got the business to take care of. Gonna handle some things. And every time I see that, going down the ladder like that, I think about when Dark Souls, when I did that, like, you know, in the, I think Undead Burg, and I just went through the map. I was trying to, like, you know, squat down on top of a rat, and I went through it in the map. So I was kind of worried I was gonna end up, like, you know, falling through the map there. Just like thinking about, like, the Dark Souls. Okay. So I keep on... Okay. I see, I saw one of those things, like, before or whatever, but I got to kill it that time. I saw one that's scaring around. I remember, like, it was, like, last stream, I think. What is this? Just a bloodstone shard. Can't really see what it is. See if I can kick it out of the fire. I don't know what the hell that thing is. Okay. So I just want you two to know you did something really stupid before. Why don't you come over and try it again? I want my stuff back. Same tactics, huh? See how good you do without your friend now. Let that be a lesson to you. God damn it. Keep on pushing the wrong button, and when I do, like, the gun's not even loaded. That was so cathartic. Try to keep an eye on which roof that guy was on. If I was up there, he's up there. Okay, let's go around the other way first. I keep hoping I can find, because I mean, I got plenty to upgrade with now. Very boss battle-ish looking door. I don't think so. Not yet. Okay. I really want to go over here and humble this guy. He thinks he's being stealthy up there. And the thing is, I saw it come through the door, like its head popped through the door before it actually showed up. So you're by yourself, and that's not a good thing. Try me. Before we go in there. Sounds like it's a bunch more of those poisonous jerks, which they're gonna come out from behind here. Well, someone needs some Listerine. What the hell's making that noise? Is it something back there, or is it some... Oh, right. Been there, done that. Just closing the distance for me, you jackass. What is the point of screaming so loud? What is wrong? If you don't shut your ass up! Quiet. These people trying to sleep around here. Yeah, blood on my coat. Okay, so should I go and check like this building right here? I mean, hopefully it's not gonna be anything here I can't handle. If it's just more things like that, it shouldn't be a problem. I feel like I should actually check this out first, because, you know. Boom. That's like the most impressive bag of fail I've ever been offered. Taking it slow. 'Cause I know, like, you know, these games like to throw boulders and stuff, like, downstairs at you. Hi! I'm sorry, did I catch you slipping? You know, that was probably supposed to ambush me, moron. He was like, oh, late. Oh, shit, you're early. Like... How the hell are you gonna fail at your own ambush? Like, what's wrong with you? Is that all that was in here? Like a bunch of dudes that are like just poor at ambushing people and then just, you know, just... I guess that was it. That was kind of anticlimactic. I thought there was gonna be more in there, but maybe there is. Maybe I'm just not paying attention. But that does seem kind of finite. I mean, I can always come back and check it out later if I find out there's more here. Seriously, I mean, I went out there and that was all there was, I think. You know what you... I mean, still, like, you know, I got, like, you know, a little more experience. Okay, so... I don't know. Now that I'm actually kind of in here, this area has been pretty cool as well. But... Now, I said I was going to do this to him. I'm about to do it. I'm about to smack his ass with a rock. Hey, dumbass. Please, for the love of God, get better at ambushes. Get... Who threw that rock? Who threw that rock? I don't know. Probably didn't talk that eloquent, but... I had a bold plan there, and they messed it up. What the hell? Oh, I can summon Alfred. In other words, that's gonna be a boss. Can't see exactly what that is in there, but I'm gonna. All right, just give me. I'm gonna hold off for a second. I think he's still trying to find whoever threw that rock. I don't know what. I don't know what it was me for. It totally wasn't me. I throw hands, not rocks, and maybe rocks. Like, what if he's actually slowly working his way around here? Where is this dork? Did he just leave? It's like, well, my ambush was thwarted, so my work is done. I'll come back later when, you know, everything else respawns. Yeah, he really took some offense to me messing up his ambush. He left the whole freaking map. The wolf left. Okay, so I do want to open this door is the thing. Well, you know, thinking about it, I wonder if like the layout here might actually be that actually leads to the boss room. Because when you look at it like this, you know, you go over here and everything curves around. Does it? Let me see. I'm gonna check this out because all right, so let's see. So we go over here. I don't think it does. I think it goes all the way over to this end. Yeah, okay, so I was like, I wonder if like it actually might have been part of the same room. Okay. So, we got ourselves a bit of a dilemma here, rogues. Do I want to go and try to fight this boss? Because it's going to be very unlikely I'll beat it on the first go. I feel like what I should do, I mean, I know it's going to get me a bit more of a trek. I got all this stuff. I could go ahead and head on back to the Hunter's thing with like one of my little fast travels. If there isn't. I just keep wishing there was actually... What the hell are you trying to do? You don't blend in. You know, what's do all these creatures stuck in ambushes? Yeah. I'm gonna go back. Deposit everything so I ain't got anything to lose. And it also means I have like a bit of an edge against whatever this is. I got plenty of cold blood dude, so I can get like a little more. I mean, it won't take me long to get back here, especially if I do get... I level up some. You know, that is adorable that you thought that actually, like, did anything. No one poisons me in my presence. And jokes aside, those two did actually kind of catch me off guard for a second there. Okay. So like I said, we got a quick way. Well, not wait, really, quick way back. Like I said, my understanding is that this should be a way for me to fast travel. And the thing is, I am going to try to actually fight the boss without Alfred. But I'm pretty sure, I mean, that definitely screams boss battle, so... And so I was right on what this thing did, but I think that the way it describes it, it should be a... It wants me to go back to the Hunter's Dream. Okay, just sent me back here. Now, the question I've got, since I can actually see out here real quick, did it respawn the enemies? Now, if it did, that'd be nice. Or if it didn't, that'd be nice. Okay, yeah, respawn enemies, whatever. I can fight back through them, no problem. Okay. See, we got all this to use, so. Put that back. On the... Alright. At least we're about to get some upgrading in. Let me actually check one thing real quick. Okay, I just want to kind of look at this. They're saying I should raise my strength to like 25 at the soft cap or whatever. I will say I've kind of like researched some stuff here and there. What am I doing? But it also is saying like, I think it's like saying like skill and it said like, because I was just checking. I want to make sure I didn't like waste my stats. It's saying like you want to put it more towards like strength.
Must have drifted. What is
Than skill.
Very well. Let me.
I really. That's a okay. That I think actually will be good. That just beat me, took the hell out of all my stuff, or whatever. But
Very well.
and that's how I get like my strength, like at the soft cap. Okay. So we need twin bloodstones for that, but bloodstone shards, we got plenty of that for this. I'm gonna. I mean, I haven't really been using the hunter axe, but just another option. Okay. 134. Ain't that? I think it's actually beating out the saw cleaver now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. But I definitely need to start working on like upgrading this thing too, I guess. Okay. Blood gem fortification. Let's see here. 100. All right. Saw cleaver. Jesus Christ, that's a lot. This will take out by 1.4. See, all these are the same thing. But then you got that one right there. It charge attacks up not 0.9. That feels like that might be a little bit diminishing, but I don't know. I'll do that. Okay, blood tinge. Hunter axe. Similar thing here. All right. Okay, at the very least, we got like more stuff going for us now. I'm a little bit stronger. I'm gonna laugh if I go in here and just absolutely just maul this boss. I know it ain't gonna be that easy. The only thing I hate is that it's gonna take a little bit for me to walk back, but now that I got a little more strength, these things like should go down a lot easier now. So I want to at least go in here and try to beat the boss. Because again, I don't know exactly what time, because I know Aaron was talking about like Grounded 2. Don't know what time she was actually wanting to start today. I do her little stream for her, because like I was gonna like kind of like do a stream at my end, go and like kill me some orb weavers and start working on my armor set. It's gonna be interesting to see like how quick I can kill these guys now. Oh. Nice. Okay, let's go and just speed run our way back over this jerk. I mean, I'm gonna at least like not really speed run him. But now it's basically back in that spot where, I mean, it's like well, I killed that one in 2 hits. But it's like some of them seem like it's right in a weird spot I was at before where like I was like killing enemies like, you know, with like them having like a very small sliver of health left. I don't know if I had that color for a gemstone or not, but either way. Once I get my strength up to 25. Okay, yeah, I definitely wrecked that one that time. Okay. Yeah, if I can at least, like, you know, take out this boss or whatever without too much difficulty, it might take me a few tries. Well, not this time. Okay. I'm definitely seeing where I'm kind of killing them a little bit quicker. You boys do not want to. Try that again. Yeah, I need to like watch. I mean, I guess I kind of got a little bit distracted by the fact I'm doing a little more damage to him now. Geez, my stamina still feels like trash at times. Okay, this guy follows me. I'll just. Okay. That's it. Won't take me long to like get my way back, like work my way back over here. I'm just hoping it's not like I'm gonna have to do another return. Yeah, that's one that I kind of like just knows, like, you know, basically, I make sure that as soon as they hit me, I hit them right back and I get my health back and everything, so. Alright, as long as you're aggro and the other one ain't. Whatever. I was trying. Ew. You nasty ass. Come on. Bad. Wait, did we ever check this street before? Oh, yeah, we did, because... Alright, lure him over here. Well, that worked well. We know the ones... I wonder if that's actually the one that normally tried to ambush me right there. Okay, yeah, so he was actually hanging out there because he already broke the door. So he couldn't ambush me again. Crap. So that's what it is. He still failed at the freaking ambush. But you had a perfect chance to ambush me unless that Dorcas... Yep, he failed the ambush. That's how it works. You go back there and get that thing, he tried to jump you, wherever the moron still didn't nail it. He tried to jump down all silently, and I was literally right, and I was like, yeah, I know you're gonna do this, just don't. You know, no. No, you know, it's over. You know, just the surprise is spoiled. No ambush for you. And before you start that screaming, you can... Oh my God, shush! Be quiet! Yeah, whoop her ass, whoop your ass too. Let's go. I don't care how red your eyes are. You can put them. You can close them now. All right. Don't. What the hell? This is gonna restore your health, huh? Restore it from that, you Jake. Okay. But I can go and say that's when I want to go and nip that in the bud. Those things are gonna be an absolute pain if I got to keep dealing with them. Welcome in, Jeremy. Yeah, well, things are gonna get sliced up and grounded too in a bit. Also, we're gonna likely be jumping into more of that. Damn, this thing again. I can get a better look at. What in the heck is that thing? It's like it's a bunch of skulls, like, you know, modded together. Can't tell what it is. Yeah, it's like so atrocious. Can't tell what it is. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can take this thing on without Alfred. Probably gonna regret this. What even is that? Blood-starved beast, huh? Okay, well. Trying to test it to see if I can get it to hit me. Alright then. Let's play then. So fire barely does anything to it. Okay. Trying to like... I've already had enough of you. So I can't visceral. So I can visceral attack it, but... It's very tricky to... Still won't do it. Come on. Well, here we go. Yep, you fasted. So am I. What the hell? That's the problem. It poisoned me. Okay. I'm good, though. I'm good, I think. You know, you got bad attitude. I was trying to switch over to my antidotes. Shut up. Just in case. This thing is like just a... Not this time. You know, I've had just about enough of you. So I'm going for it. Now that was bullshit. Okay, I'm sorry, Rogues, but that one makes me mad. That one was pure BS. Right there, no doubt about it. I had him beat. One little sliver of health left, and that happened. That was a bunch of crap. I mean, I've been like very calm about this game, but that one was screwed up. I could have had him beat on the first... No, now I am going to beat his ass. Move. Look, okay, I'm done being poisoned. I said back off. Who are you pushing? Boys, you really do not want to do that. Get out of my way. I got business to attend to. I thought I said move. Don't come on here if you want to. Come on. You picked a bad day to be the Bloodstar Beast. Anything else that gets in the way of me fighting him? No one likes an opportunist. Okay. Try that again. Where's your friend? You're next. Come on. You know what? You're not gonna be that lucky. Yeah, if you're down there in hell with her, you should probably curse her name for summoning you right then. Hey, punk, I'm back. My bloodstain first. At the very least, it's guaranteed I'll be able to get my bloodstain back every time. This thing's slow. Now, me and you. I may lose again where, but I'm damn sure gonna give you a hell of a fight along the way. That stupid cloak. You asked for this. Nah, I'm playing offline. This is my first playthrough. Shoot. hate this boss. Jesus, I'm... It's just... Oh my god, the Fed hits like a tank the way it does. Okay. Okay, that alright, hold on. That totally should have, like, you know, that shot should have connected. This one did. Okay. Bring it then. Had just about enough of you, like I said. Let that be a lesson, you bitch. Sit down. Oh, that was so cathartic. Screw you. I told you I was gonna get his ass. He done pissed me off after that last round. Okay, I accidentally shot the gun right there because like my hand nudged it, but I don't care. I am going down here. No, he made me mad. I don't care. I mean, y'all didn't see me get like too heated in this game so far. I've been patient, but the fact I almost had him on the first try and that one little tiny speck of health, I could have just shot him. I could have hit him or whatever, and they let him kill me like he did that stupid like combo attack. And I wasn't able to get out of it. No, I wasn't gonna let that slide. But at least I was like the boss I've beaten the quickest so far. Like only my second attempt on him.
Welcome home.
I'm hoping that means I ain't gotta worry about like doing too much down there in Old Yarnum because that place sucks. I like the architecture, but Jesus.
Very well. Let me.
Okay, we'll put like, you know, strength up to 25 now. Because that's the thing, I've been okay with my vitality. Okay. You know, and thinking about it, I'm...
Good hunter.
Hail Sithis or something, I don't know. Didn't I have like some more... Okay, no, I didn't. I didn't have any more of the, giant medicinal pellet that grants short-lived beastly. I don't know if I want that. Okay, so at least we took him down. I probably could use the throwing knives on him. I don't know. Probably just made him mad. It's just that the main thing was that stupid poison attack it did. I ain't talked to, like, you know, him in a while.
The moon is close. It will be a long hunt tonight. If the beasts loom large and threaten to crush your spirits, seek a holy chalice, as every hunter before you has. A holy chalice will reveal the tomb of the gods.
Did I just pick...
Where hunters partake in communion.
You mean this thing? Okay, yeah, I think I actually heard about these. This is for the chalice, yeah, the chalice dungeons. I'm level 35, I didn't even realize that. I might try it out next stream. If it's a good chalice aware. I mean, I wasn't... Well, it wasn't a good boy that I just fought. I mean, it looked kind of dog-like, but... He damn sure wasn't a good boy. But that was, I mean, that's the thing. All things considered, it was still a pretty fun boss fight. Oh, now they... That tragic comedy this game, like, always gives. Things it wasn't a matter of the antidotes, whereas like me having a chance to use the stupid things like in between healing. The only that was the problem with the antidotes, the fact that when I used them, like it took him so long. I mean, with how fast that thing was, it definitely didn't help matters. At least I can say I did without a summon though, because Alfred was out here for me to summon, and I did it without him. I'm trying to think like where else was there for us to go. Okay, I thought like the architecture there, I thought that was a ladder for a second. Like, it actually looks like a ladder, you know, the columns right there to stone. Yeah, I wonder if sun's up here. It looks like it could be. Alright. I mean, honestly, this does feel like it's actually going to be a good stopping point. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's still more stuff to explore down here, which... It's not as daunting now. Now that I beat that thing. Thing about it though, I mean, like between like the boss I fought so far, I mean, technically it was easy. I mean, it was just. I mean, I will say, actually, I will say it wasn't really easy or whatever. But it was the whole thing with me just pretty much just, it was that poison gimmick. And it was like so sporadic with his attacks, but once I was able to kind of get around that, it wasn't as bad. You know, I think I know where I gotta go. But I'm thinking I might actually do that next stream. Because I don't think I've got, like, any, like, chalices, or, like, well, not chalices or whatever, anything close by. Like, I think I got a good idea where I need to go, but, like, I don't know exactly where, like, you know, the game will, like, you know, leave me off at next time, whatever. But I think I know where Okay. Now I'm actually at the point where I can rush them down. Okay, so look, you got. Y'all are the last. Oh, don't walk away. I'm trying to pick a fight with me. You know, you're gonna pick a fight with me. You know, you better finish it. Come on. That Balter right there, like rethinking his life choices for a second. I was like, wait, hold on a sec, fam. I ain't, you know, wasn't expecting you to hit me that hard. Honestly, I think I actually timed that charge attack perfectly, though. Yeah, they tried to, like, you know, come in here and attack me. Coming from in here. They, you know, they tried to attack me early on. Because normally they're in here, wherever they tried to, like, you know, rush out here and, like, and jump me before I could do anything. Yeah, it didn't really work out that well for you guys, and I did it. I'm curious about what keeps making that noise. See, this is the spot right here, I think. Alright, well, here we go. Okay. Okay, no, you deserve it just for the fact you missed all that. I was right in front of you. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, see, I thought there was like something important there. I thought it was something of this. I mean, last thing, all right, yeah, I picked up like the thing for the chalice earlier, where like the blood, you know, the ritual blood there. Worst can't describe how much you guys annoy me. Okay, Alright, well, I'm gonna go back. I think I'm probably just gonna like to head back down this way and go back into the, I don't know. I feel like there's like something else we gotta like do down here. Just gotta like try to pay attention and like and keep an eye out. Did I ever go up here before? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's where I got the shortcut. I pretty much just went back over there where I wanted to like test things out. Since like everything's like mostly clear down here, I can kind of like look around and see if there's anything I'm missing. I think there's like probably like a few things I still gotta kill, but like that jerk over there. But I mean, to double back, I would have forgot that. See, I just kind of thought about it. It has been a while since we've been like over in the cathedral area. So it wouldn't be like, it wouldn't hurt to go back and check around over there. Plus the enemies there are like a lot, easier to deal with as well. See, it looks like there's a gate up there. I don't think I can actually do anything with it. Or never mind, just a window, but... Okay. Doesn't really look like there's anything else to do here. That's at Hunter's Dream. And from here, I'm going to see if I can do another upgrade. That, like, I don't know if I can upgrade any of my stats, because I don't know if I got, like, enough experience.
Very well, let me
Okay. First, I'd like to actually start upgrading that, but I'm going to, like, work my vitality just a little bit more. Alright, and with that, guys, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna head back over to the, Cathedral Ward. I'm wondering if there actually might be something else obviously we definitely got more stuff to do over here, but, I mean, I feel like it's probably, like, more we gotta do down in Old Yarnum, like, there's other stuff I gotta explore down there, because there's still that jerk up there with, like, the ballista I gotta take out. But, I do want to kind of like go back here and explore a little bit here now, because it should be easier now that I've gotten like a few more levels. I mean, these enemies shouldn't be much of a... I mean, they weren't really much of an issue before. But yeah, yeah, I've basically like want to come back. I guess I just kind of like want to take a break from Old Yarnum, because like all the poison enemies or whatever, so I kind of like want to come back here and just explore a little bit. And let's see, does she have anything new to say?
Yeah.
Figured. I just want to like test to see like how quick I can beat these guys now. Yeah, it's not gonna be a problem at all to explore over here. Yeah, these guys are gonna be trivial as hell. And now since I know there's nothing over here that actually can poison me, I'm just gonna kind of like, just my pebbles, just that way I don't like waste anything I can actually really use. So yeah, with that, guys, I'm gonna go and call it on the stream here. At least we did get like another boss beat, which thankfully it kind of made up for the fact that we didn't encounter a boss last stream. I was able to go in here, you know, and beat on the second try, which would have been the first try if like I didn't get shenaniganized the way they did me. But which that sucked. Like literally, I would have had him beat on the first go, which would have been, like, considering like all that poison mechanic crap, would have been great. But the fact that it's just typical with my luck. I've been complaining about these enemies that I try to kill or whatever, and then they managed to survive that last little hit from my combo, with that little slither of health. And of course they did it with like the Bloodstar Beast, did it with one of the bosses, and that ended up, you know, making me have to start a boss fight over. Not to mention I had to like travel all the way back over to the jerk. Let me actually talk to her real quick, and then we'll go from there. Okay, never mind. But that was just like embarrassing, you know, that was like just purely embarrassing. Alright. But yeah, at least we kind of like, you know, turned things around for the fact that last stream I didn't fight any bosses. I know there's gonna definitely like be some streams where either I may have a boss that I'm gonna have some trouble with. I have to come back and fight it later on another stream, or I may just not encounter like a boss at all during a stream. Like, you know, basically I was the last one I came in here and was able to, you know, do that. And the fact I was, like I said, I was able to beat it like on the second go at least. At least that kind of like was, I guess, like a nice trade-off in the sense like not finding a boss last stream. This one I went in, fought a boss, and I was able to like take it out fairly quickly. Even though again, it's just those poison mechanics behind it sucked. Because mainly it's like, you know, you get close to it and like just the fact it raised that poison meter very quickly. And I had to feel if I actually wasn't properly leveled, that thing probably would have been like much more of a challenge. I'm actually gonna look up online, like see how people rate that as far as like, you know, how difficult the Bloodstar Beast is. Like I said, I know like a lot of people said the Cleric Beast and Father Castione were like, you know, massive roadblocks, but also that's at a point in the game where you don't really have like a whole lot of resources, don't really have like a whole lot of guns or new equipment or whatever. But now I'm at a point in the game where I've actually, you know, kind of the paths are opened up a bit more. I've got like more places to explore, and also, you know, I've been able to like fight like stronger enemies to get like more levels. So obviously if I went and fought the Cleric Beast or like Father Castione at this point, probably would be more of a stomp. But yeah, obviously that's not going to happen. But you know, that's the whole point of these games. You know, you're not going to like be going back through. I mean, maybe in New Game Plus would be different, but I don't know if this might be a game I actually might try to go for a platinum for eventually, but that's going to probably definitely be like one I might do later. Oh, the streaming guide? Appreciate you pointing that out. Let me check into that real quick. Let me see here. Yeah, let me see if I can actually. I'm having like problems like accessing it from here. Let me do something real quick. Let me make sure. Hold up. Okay, yeah, the website's up. Yeah, let me actually see here. Massmere website. Okay, yeah, I got you. Give me a second. I'm gonna send you the proper link. I'm just trying to like see right here why it guides for new streamers. Yeah, that's strange. I don't know why it's. That explains it. I see it. It says sites, not site. Okay, yeah, that's the problem right there. For some reason, it says Wix sites instead of site. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, here's the proper link. I got you. All right, just keep in mind that everything I got there is actually, for the most part, a lot of it is up to interpretation, or basically just kind of like my own experiences. Mileage may vary, but it is. I mean, there's a lot to it. But, you know, there's like a whole bunch of guides and everything, both in the, like, in regards to, like, you know, people new, like streamers, as well as like, you know, viewers, as far as like, you know, viewer etiquette and all that. But yeah, but yeah, it's not a problem. I got you. But yeah, it's pretty much like I said, there's a lot. There's a lot of text. It is text guides, but let me actually kind of like do this again real quick because that was like making so much noise. But yeah, there is like a lot of text to it. Like there's a massive, like a good, like substantial amount of text and everything. And like I said, it is like my own experiences, and so different people may have like different, you know, goals for streaming. So it may, like what I've, you know, experienced, what I try to explain may not apply to everyone. But yeah, it's basically just, I kind of like made the guide in the sense of also just hopefully trying to guide new people. Well, everyone has to start somewhere, Mind Zone. You know, you'll get there. I'll put it to you like this, okay? I think I actually may have explained in my guides. When I first started doing content creation, it was years ago, and literally all I started with was a camera on top of a stack of books, pointing in front of my TV or my computer, and that was like my audio, my video, and my microphone. So if I like start with that or whatever, and then eventually kind of get somewhere where I become YouTube partner, you can get somewhere with it. I mean, it's definitely, you know, there's a lot of there's luck involved. It's all you're gonna like deal with like a lot of things like dead air and things like that. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's like I'm trying to like explain it in the best way I can without actually sounding like offensive or anything. But yeah, it's basically in the sense of it all depends like what you want out of streaming and everything. I would highly suggest that. Definitely would suggest that. Let me actually turn, let me actually kind of like, you know, turn off this right here because it's making all this noise so I can actually talk to you properly about this. Yeah, OBS can actually be like tricky to use and everything. Like, you know, it's fun to use, definitely a little tricky to set up. It's actually, I have all this available and everything. Actually kind of like just show you like a little thing right here. Yeah, if you kind of like see this right here, I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm trying to see like if I actually got this set up properly or not. Yeah, I got the screen in the way. Yeah, streamception, bear with it. But yeah, this basically is like, you know, a lot of like what I got set up in here and everything. I got like all these scenes and all that. So yeah, you know, it's pretty much just like limited by your imagination. And all, I know that sounds like really cliche, but it gives you like so much more control. I will ask though, so you said you were like streaming for your PS5. Do you have a capture card? Because you will need a capture card to you know, stream through to your PC. But and I'll give you a suggestion on one. But yeah, you like for you to actually do console gaming, you do need a capture card for it. That's actually what like that's how I kind of like I'm using a PC, and that's how I'm like streaming PS4 or PS5, PS4. I get PS5 myself. But yeah, a capture card's definitely that's gonna be a requirement for you to do that. I mean, I know they got like some pretty cheap ones out there, but I don't know is that how they work. But I've got an Elgato HD60 Pro, which is like very similar to one the Airwolf 17. She's got like I think an Elgato HD60 Plus, I think is like it's comparable. But yeah, that definitely does help. Like, because the OBS gives you yeah. Okay. Well, as long as you got one that captures good footage, that's all that matters. Because there are like some pretty cheap ones out there, for what I heard. That's all that matters. But yeah, it's pretty much if you like you get like so much control through OBS because you know you get your webcam like I got right here. You know you get like things like the death counter and all that. You know, you get like a lot. It's definitely like a lot to set up, but thankfully there's like plenty of like tutorials on YouTube as well for things. I will just say this. I'm gonna like just kind of like, you know, I actually say in like the learn your equipment thing. One thing I would highly suggest: watch. You know, just be careful about like following like videos on YouTube. And this isn't like really knocking creators to do this or whatever, but non-creators actually have these videos out there. But be sure you're very careful about watching videos on YouTube where someone says best OBS settings, because the main thing to keep in mind is that those settings work for them, but it may not work for you. Like everyone's PC build is going to be different, more than likely. So the settings may work well for them, but you know, just you go and watch a video and someone says use these settings, and you go and use that, it could definitely like it may just not your game could end up like basically being like really laggy, dropping frames left and right. So one of the best things you can do is just kind of like even I don't really know everything about like everything in OBS, but one of the best things you can do is just kind of like go in like I would suggest doing like private streams. Like set your stream to private and test everything and see how it looks. Like, you know, go and like do things best you can. Like try to follow guides on what settings do what and everything. And then basically set your stream to private and then like test from there and see how things work. That's like probably like some of the best advice I can give you on that. Cause it's not, like I said, it's not a knock like, you know, people out there put these videos out like best OBS settings. Cause I feel like they are trying to help. But the problem is like everyone's settings are completely different, more than likely. Some may have like similar, you know, stream builds and everything. The stream delay settings to 1 second. Let me see here. You talking about the keyframes? Are you talking about like the keyframe intervals? Yeah. Never follow like that's the thing. They mean well, I think, but it's just that it's basically it's a by you know person basis on settings. Okay, you got your keyframes in 2 seconds. Okay, you got that set properly. Let me go in here and check this real quick. Look at my settings. So you're saying like the delay settings. Bitrate 4500 to 5500. Okay, so the one thing I'll say here, So when you say your download is 90, okay, so your download doesn't really matter that much. It's your upload you're looking at. So if your upload's 80, I want to say I think that okay, so my upload speed is 30, so that's like 300 megabits. Yours should be 800. You should be able to go higher than that. I think you should be able to if you're saying like if because what you can do is you can use something called fast.com and that'll actually show it in megabits per second. So for me it'll be like 300. So let me say so 45 to 5500. Because for me, my output, I've got mine set to 12,000, which I don't really need it that high. I'm probably actually gonna lower it or whatever because originally I was doing that for when I was gonna start to stream to a site called Moonbeam. I'm probably gonna lower it back to maybe like 10,000, or I may keep it at 12,000. I don't know. But you could probably, if your like upload speed is like maybe like 800, if that 80 stands for 800, you can like use like a higher upload speed than that. A lot of it also depends on what your because like I'll say that probably like having it at 4500, 5500 may be a bit low if you're going to do like if you're doing 60 FPS. That's the only problem with that. Because I stream at 60 FPS. You can see my webcam is 60 FPS because I use AverMedia PW513. But yeah, for 4500, 5500, I would say you probably want to set it a little bit higher. I don't know what site you're streaming on. Because YouTube, I think it's like they don't have like a limit, but you still don't want to like set it too high because it could like be too high to where your viewers wouldn't be able to watch. But yeah, keyframes to 2 seconds. So you got that correct. Like this. Because these are my settings, but again, it may be mileage may vary. In regards to let me do this real quick. So do this right here. Yeah, so this is basically my settings right here. And again, mileage may vary. I mean, yours may work complete. Okay, well, all right. Well, the webcam basically, I guess, is like irrelevant in this sense. And trust me, there's plenty of YouTubers, there's people out there who do fine on YouTube without it. My friend Elginox, he actually, I don't even know what he looks like. He's never used a webcam, I don't think. But I think webcam, I don't know if that actually really would have mattered because I think it actually would have had like its own feed, like separate from the actual stream. It just would have been like an add-on. Maybe it would have added more to the, like the encoding or something. I don't know. But yeah, basically this is my settings right here. But again, just kind of like have to like use what works for you. I'm not obviously like I said, I'm kind of like like I said, you basically want to make sure someone's showing you the best settings. Tinker around with things yourself and see like works best. But you got it right on the keyframe intervals. And you definitely want to have that like at 2. But I don't know. I mean, you said like it's because the thing okay, so I'm trying to think here also because the whole thing is like you said you had delay in the stream. So is that from you streaming with like a capture card? With your capture card, like for the PS5? Or is that for PC? Because I'll say I actually deal with like delay from my capture card as well. Like it's like it's an overtime delay where I have to like kind of like do like a quick push like on my stream deck for like to turn like the Elgato off and then back on because like I'll actually have like an audio delay, like basically my audio start to desync. So like literally that actually is really bad with Bloodborne because I listen to like a lot of audio cues when enemies attacking, and when like they swing at me and then like the sound plays a few seconds later throws off my rhythm. So I've dealt with like delays like with my capture card as well. So I'm eventually gonna try to get a new one, but I don't know exactly about the delay. I'm hoping that it could just be your bit rate's low, but I feel like if it's the bit rate, the main issue would probably have been like frames dropping and stuff. But I mean, I'm sorry, there's like only so much I can help you with on that, but because again, like it's basically a thing like with sometimes it can be like any number of things, like that someone can have a problem with OBS, but you said your upload is 80, so if that stands for 800, you've got plenty to stream with. That is like more than enough, and in your download, yeah, it may be the capture card. Cause like I said, I have dealt with delays. You can actually, if you go back and watch some of my PS5 streams for stuff, even my Nintendo Switch. There's sometimes where like there'll be like a noticeable delay, and you'll basically hear me say, "Hold on, guys, I got audio delay," and then I'll like turn in the feed will like stop for a second, and then like pop back on, like literally like this right here. Yeah, like basically like do like that, and then like it'll like stop for a second, then come back and it'll like fix the delay. But yeah, it's like different people can have like different issues with it. But it could be the capture card, especially if you got like a cheaper one, like because like I said, mine is the Elgato AC60 Pro. And Amber, hers, like she had some problems with her capture card the other day. Like when I'm doing like PC streaming, there's no like lag issues whatsoever, but it's only with the capture card. So like I know I probably gotta eventually get a new one. And it could just be like it's just not working well with my motherboard because I do have like a motherboard that I need to get updated. It's like the oldest part in my computer. So hopefully next year I'll be like I'm gonna try to update my computer, like upgrade my computer all around into like basically the point where it's gonna be like a completely new computer. Like I'm gonna like I'm gonna hopefully be able to try to find me like a new GPU, a better processor and stuff. But yeah, it may be your capture card, because like I said, the whole thing with bitrate is that I think like your bitrate's too low, your stream will look really choppy, and possibly you may even have like issues like with drop frames and all that. Yeah, and OBS, yeah, OBS is definitely it's got a learning curve to it, but it seems like you kind of got like a little bit of a rough idea on like how some of it works, like in regards like the keyframe and all that. And like I said, I would just say possibly depending on what you want to stream your game at. If you're going for, because you got PS5, so I'm having a feeling chances are with a PS5 you're gonna want like maybe 60 frames per second, and you could definitely do so. It's just may matter based on your capture card. But if you like again, if that upload is for like if it actually stands for 800, it's just kind of like show you this here. If you go this, hang on, go to like fast.com here or whatever. You'll see like once I kind of do this, hang on. Yeah, so you kind of like see this right here for mine. So you use fast.com and it'll show your internet speed right there. I appreciate you, dude. It's not a problem. Thanks for the sub. I don't know why I said not a problem, because you didn't say thank you or whatever. But anyway, I just like basically saying not a problem. It's like a thing. It's like just either way. Of course, you don't have to say thank you for me helping you or trying to help you out or whatever. I just want to try to help. But yeah, you can use like fast, and this will tell your internet speed. This is one way you can kind of tell. But if you've actually got, okay, well, if the delay was there all around, like I said, the delay is probably not going to impact your stream. It will probably just be the quality of your stream itself. If it's too low, you could be dropping frames because it can't handle like the output. Like if you're doing 60 FPS. But because when I first started streaming, like I only like actually had like literally like a 3 FPS. I only had like a 3 or 3 like 3 like my upload speed was only 3. That's how bad the internet in this town was like back then when I first started streaming. But since then, like it's upgraded where they've upgraded the internet service for ISP. It's gotten like a lot better as far as like speeds are concerned, and they don't have like data caps anymore. So I actually have like 30 Mbps now. So yeah, frame like your bit rate probably would just impact the stream itself, like the quality of it. Okay, yeah, like my alerts. Don't mind the lights. I have like like reactive lighting set up. When I get a sub, it'll do that. Problem is like it also turns off my LifeX once I like get it set to where it turns them back on after the alert. Thankfully I got that on my phone. But yeah, so when you're like like I said with the bit rate, it'll probably just affect the quality of the stream. It'll be like really choppy and stuff like that. Oh, no, it's not a problem. I mean, I was done playing anyway. I was done with Bloodborne. You basically actually came in at a good time because I actually just finished up taking on the Bloodstar Beast or whatever. And so, yeah, it's not a problem, Even if I was in the middle of the stream, I wouldn't mind stopping and try to help. I mean, I could always, like, edit it out later if I had to or whatever. And I probably wouldn't even bother with doing that because, like, be trying to help one person could end up helping someone else. But, yeah, yeah, so pretty much if you're, like I said, upload speed... your upload speed should be fine. Because if you actually have enough to where you're testing 15,000 and everything and 1,000, I don't think the delay has anything to do with your upload speed. It's probably the capture card. Because if I've got like a capture card here that's lagging, I think it just maybe with like I guess it feels like it's. Because I know like my Switch, I've had like issues with it delaying, with like having like an audio lag over time, like an audio like desync over time, and my PS5's done it. So I think it may like you're running through PS5. It may just be like it's just your capture card. You may just need to get a better capture card. But that's probably more than likely the issue. I don't really think it's OBS. I don't think it's like your I don't really think it's your your bit rate. But yeah. That's basically like the best I can probably tell you. Like your bit rate should be fine. You should be able to stream it whichever one. I just say you probably want to set it too high because that could definitely like impact like people who may not have like enough like internet speed to actually watch consistently. I was even considering like lowering mine down a little bit. I was worried that actually could be like impacting my viewers or whatever, like in the sense of some people come in and try to watch the stream and they can't because the internet's like not like their internet like speed isn't fast enough. But yeah, like I said, I took him out on the second go. Yeah, I beat him on the second go. Like I said, it's my first like time playing through it. I will say, I definitely have like a rule for like backseat gaming, which you weren't really doing that. You were just giving like advice. Mainly, I kind of like I'm definitely how this channel is like it's like whole thing is like if I want help, I'll ask, and definitely prefer like people say, you know, if you need help with this, like let me know and everything. But I was actually able to beat him on the second try, mainly because it pissed me off because I would have beat him on the first go, but I got himself down to one little sliver, and he hit me or whatever and knocked me out. So it's not a problem at all. It's really no issue. It's, you know, trust me when I say there's people in the streaming community, and there's a reason I'm saying this, like, you know, due to certain people I'm not going to actually really mention any more of, who look at it just for the subs. They look at it just for the subscribers. They just look at it just for the sake of trying to grow, trying to, like, you know, chase that bag, trying to get, like, you know, they're looking at popularity and money and everything. And yeah, I want to make a career out of live streaming, but I'm also not forgetting where I started. And I'm also, you know, not forgetting that it's not just me doing this. So it's not a problem. You know, the only thing I just ask of you is definitely, you know, you make something of this for yourself, pay it forward. Make sure that you also try to help out others and everything. Don't be like other people in the streaming community that are basically all about just themselves and all that. There's too much of that going on. So that's the only thing I ask of you. You know, like basically in regards, like, you know, how you can thank me, just pay it forward. Make sure, yeah. You know, basically what I tried to like give you right here, just definitely try to make sure, you know, you got like someone else that's like looking, asking, like, I mean, I'm not really saying advice, just be good to others. You know, just make sure, you know, you know, your viewers, make sure you always just treat them as, you know, as people and not just numbers and all that. Because some people out there really have a lot to learn when it comes to live streaming in regards like what it's actually supposed to be about. It's still at the end of the day a hobby for me, but I do want to make a career out of this. And there's some people that I've, you know, dealt with lately that have caused some complication for me, but we're not going to go fully into that. I mean, the situation's being handled. That's all I'm going to say. But, you know, that's basically just who I try to be. You know, I'm not someone that is out here trying to say, oh, I'm a nice person or whatever. I try to, like, you know, let who I am speak for itself. And, you know, at the end of the day, I stream basically just about every day. I mean, I will be, like, taking a break this coming up week. Actually, I start not this weekend, but next weekend, because I'm going to be house sitting for my friend for a week. So I won't be streaming then. But otherwise, I'm usually live pretty much every day. And if I have to cancel, I'll just say on a YouTube community post I got to cancel or whatever. But otherwise, I usually try to be live pretty much every day. I'm actually going to be live again today after this stream because Wolf17, she's like my best friend. We've been playing Grounded 2. We did our second episode for that yesterday, so we're going to be doing like episode 3 for Grounded 2 after I finish this stream and have lunch. So, yeah. I don't really have like a set time that I stream. I usually just go live whenever. But I basically just usually just, like just, I'll sometimes try to announce when I go live. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. But yeah, just make sure, like I said, at the end of the day, definitely make sure that you, pay it forward to, like, you know, others. And
here comes a new
yeah, the
challenger.
alert finally went off. But yeah. I just hope, like, you know, that I was able to at least help you out somewhat. I mean, OBS can be very daunting. It's very tricky in regards to trying to get things set up. But you can get everything set up properly. You know, it's very rewarding. I will say as far as the chat up there, if you want like a chat similar to one I've got, it's a sideways one through Stream Elements. There's this one YouTuber, Nutty. He's actually one of the best sources I can say to go to for stuff on OBS because he doesn't do the whole, oh, you know, use these settings. He just goes in with like a whole bunch of really good tricks and tips on like OBS because Nutty really knows what he's talking about. I'll actually like send you a link to like, you know, his channel real quick. Nutty is one, no doubt. I would say like definitely go and check in his stuff. You know, if you want to like another good one also, I'll actually link you to him too. Nutty's a great source. Let me actually, and God knows, I feel like Nutty like definitely deserves like a lot more subscribers than he's got because this dude's like helped out so many people, like, you know, with OBS and all that. All right, so there's Nutty's, and he basically has like a bunch of stuff for like, you know, different like, you know, things like OBS and everything. You know, he's really knowledgeable about it.
So I've got
and another one I'll suggest like for looking up stuff for about OBS is this one right here. This actually is one I kind of learned some stuff from. I feel like they both deserve like more subscribers than they got. They're both like definitely still bigger than me, but yeah, Nutty and also Epos Fox. These are both like really, you know, solid ones. Like, you know, check out just for like stuff on OBS and tech and all that.
And at the end of the tape, I'll be back to tell you how to.
You know, I'm not really too like, you know, fun about the. I mean, I love Epos Fox or whatever, but like the fact, like the whole Streamlabs desktop thing, just anything Streamlabs. I stay away from Streamlabs. But I understand at least he's like trying to help people like with different like, you know, stuff and everything. There's just reason I stay away from Streamlabs. Videos, huh? Oh, it's Eposes. Yeah, because I was on his channel. Yeah, my headset turned off or whatever. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, but definitely check both of them out. I mean, they may be a bit overwhelming, just so much stuff they got in their channels, but yeah. Evo's Vox is just like he's like just like a lot of general stuff on tech and everything, but Nutty a lot seems like it's very focal on things like OBS and Atom. And then there's also I think he's done for there's like one of the bots he actually focused on is Streamer.bot, which I don't use Streamerbot myself. Streamer.bot myself, it's much more advanced. But as I don't know if I actually showed it in the guides, but one I can also like a bot I can definitely recommend is Mix It Up. If you want to have like a stream bot, Mix It Up, highly recommended. It really started like for this one site called Mixer, and they branched out for like Twitch and YouTube, and there's a few other sites like back when Glimish was around and all that. So Mix It Up is a good bot to start off with, and like I said, but Streamer.bot, if you actually want to do something more advanced, you can go for that one. But I would highly recommend Mix It Up. It's the one that I currently use. Just kind of like show you this one. I'll show you Mix It Up real quick as well. This is basically Mix It Up. So if I do this right here, yeah, this is Mix It Up. And I'll kind of like turn this off right there. And you can kind of like see like, basically all this. It shows like the chat. And you got like all these other things, like, you can set up like your commands for your channel. Says how I have all my commands. And then you have like timers for your things. So you have like, that's how I do like the little time things where it shows up there like, where you sometimes like you'll see like, interested in some mask merch. That's actually an automated command. So there's that right there. And you also can do like chat games. There's like so much here you get to take in. Just keep on, you don't have to actually look at all this like Trovo, Twitch, and everything. If you're just on YouTube, you don't have to worry about that. And they have like a bunch of integrations and let me see what else is there. Yeah, you go to where's it at? Yeah, games right here. So I mean, people don't usually play the the chat games, but I got like all these set up for like Duel, Lockbox, Quest, and everything. So if I actually type like Quest in chat, it should be like Quest. See if it does it just by itself. I may have to actually put So I have like a thing set up and I completely rewrote it. So originally it started off as Heist. So basically if you actually go and look at this, go into Quest right here, and it kind of like just shows like, I got it set up to where I rewrote everything to where it's more like a Dungeons & Dragons thing, but it started off like a Heist, like people were trying to rob a bank. And this is how you can like play around with channel currency. It's like much more in-depth stuff to go into. But kind of like if you go in and do like user win, it does like a custom message where it says, traveling alone, the fearless adventure battles a Cyclops, Chimera, and the undead before coming face to face with a dragon. After a long battle with a dragon. After a long battle, they triumph over the beast and claim his treasure. Yeah, I might want to put a period there. And yeah, it has like different messages, like for when they die, like when you lose and everything. So you save and then go over to like use or lose, and it'll be like different messages, like so. Brave and valiant as the adventurers' efforts are, the deadly monsters when the dungeon overwhelm them to this come to injuries and all that. So it's just like little fun things you can do for your viewers. Oops. I like how I actually won. I wasn't actually spending to win that. Of course, it says game all payout or whatever. So I think maybe it says game all payout. I might have to actually fix that. But I think that actually might just make it I didn't actually, say anything. Yeah. And the thing about it is, you don't necessarily have to do the games. If you just want to like have like something right here, like display your chat and just like, maybe like set up some commands, you can just do that too. That's really like, if you want to set up for that, that's completely fine. This is just like little extra things I added in. Like I even have like a quotes thing, like from like all my quotes that I've done like my time streaming. So you see all this right here. I literally have like a crap load of quotes. So I gotta update this one. Like, with the games and everything. But yeah, so you basically, it's like, I got like, 244 quotes. So if you do like just, we'll say, quote 240. And we do 240, and then it basically will just, once it posts. Yeah. So, and that's just like a little fun thing you can do as well. The only thing is with YouTube, you have to actually add the game in. So basically, like, okay, yeah. So to Steps You Golden Hoe, that's when we were playing. That was when we were playing Gmod. There's so many birds. That's like from Amber. I was playing Game Beast. Yeah, it lags a little bit. Well, mainly it's just like the whole, you talking about like where it took a second to actually post thing. Yeah, it does that. It just takes it like a few seconds actually posting, but I think it's just due to YouTube's API. But yeah, it's like see right there, there's like so many birds, and if we go over and do like type Gang Beast, it should actually fix it. I actually need to test this, so we do Gang Beast. And then like quote 243. Because I actually want to test to see if it actually added Gang Beast into it. Okay, yeah. So you see, I can just like add a Gang Beast right there because you can't. It doesn't work with YouTube properly because this is back when Twitch. We just like tag the game like on Twitch. You can just basically put like in your info what game you were playing, but with YouTube it's different because it only does it in the category. And I've got like edit like this one right here because that's when we're playing Grounded like just from yesterday. But yeah, again, there's just so much you can do with like mix it up. And if you just do like quote, just quote. It'll just like list like a random one. And I'm kind of scared because I know I've had like some pretty raunchy ones before. It says right here. It loads. If it does what it's supposed to do. Oh. Yeah, that was like back in 2017. That was a long time ago. I can't remember. I was playing Batman and Telltale. I can't remember what happened. I think it was like doing like one of your typical Batman flashbacks when his parents died and everything. I think it's like when she died or whatever, when his mother died, and I just blurred out. I was like, "You broke my mother," or something like that. But yeah, it's a fun little like thing to actually work with. I'll get you a link to that as well if you want to like kind of dive into it. Like I will say, it definitely has like a learning curve as you can tell. But if you can actually like really get it set up, it is like a lot of fun to kind of like set things up. And I think like basically if you're just starting out with streaming, you probably just get away just fine with just having those commands up. Your commands and have your chat. It's just like mainly a means for you to have like be able to display your chat without like actually using YouTube. And on YouTube, even though as you can see right here, just show this as well real quick. I got like you guys in the chat right there through this one doc thing. But let me actually get you a link to mix it up real quick, and then afterwards we're probably gonna start like wrapping up the stream because I do still need to eat before we do Grounded. But mix it up, and they have like tutorials for it as well. But I would highly recommend it. I mean, I was so happy when they did add YouTube support and everything. But yeah, this is Mix It Up right here. This is the site for it. Just kind of like you can just kind of like look into it. Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to overwhelm you. I'm just trying to make sure that you hopefully like at least have like something to kind of go in with as far as customization is concerned. And the thing is, you don't have to set it all up at once, of course. Yeah, you basically just take it as it goes. You don't have to have everything in place at one time or whatever. I mean, it's just like kind of like tell people who like, there's those I've seen like who got like very overwhelmed, like don't even want to start streaming because they see like it's like well these people have like these great setups or whatever compared to mine. And my thing is just like a lot of these you see like a lot of these big name streamers who have like these really awesome setups. They didn't get that overnight. There's a lot of them start out with a whole lot less. Give like another example here because I already said like one thing I'd start out with. When I started like doing content creation in general with Let's Plays, I literally just had like a stack of books or a stack of books on top of a digital camera from Walmart, like a $60 camera from Walmart, stacked on some books, and that's how I record my Let's Plays. But if I go over here, you'll see like I'll show you like what my streaming setup was when I first started out. So literally, it was hang on. That was my streaming setup. This right here was literally all I started with. I had a Razer Kraken headset, Logitech C920 webcam, which still is a solid webcam to this day. A Yeti mic, which I definitely recommend this. Highly recommend this as a starter mic for those like getting into streaming. If you want a USB one, I personally, I've got like this. I've got a Rode Podcaster with a Rodecaster Duo interface. But this is like what I started out with. This was literally what my setup was to begin with. But I had the passion there. I really want to get into streaming. I love live streaming. I love, sharing what I love about gaming content with people. And, and that's the computer I started out with. And this is, well, I've updated since then. But I no longer have that GPU or whatever. It's definitely been changed everywhere. But point is, I was able to eventually get like a better computer. So, yeah. as long as you got the passion there, pursue it, enjoy yourself with it, and just like have fun and just you know do your thing. It's I know that sounds like really weird saying that, but the point of it is that I kind of look at it as like as long as someone's passionate about something, who cares what they start out with? Just and that's basically what I'm kind of like saying right here with like you starting off with this. In the sense of like you pretty much trying to like branch into streaming. I basically gave you like mix it up, and also you're already kind of like said you've been working with OBS a little bit. I gave you some resources hopefully to help you out. And like I said, the text guides, they're lengthy, and a lot of it may be things you already know. Like some things is kind of like just common sense and everything in regards to like just being respectful of others and all that. But it's but I kind of like speak on a lot of my experiences in regards to, like seeing other streamers like basically like get really big head about themselves. One of the best examples of things is that I kind of said in there was I was talking about trying to remember which article which log it was in. But it's basically the whole thing like when people, you see like, those who are like so consumed with the subscribers, like so consumed with getting subscribers or whatever, but they don't but they don't actually stop thinking about it, like what's more important, which is viewer retention. Like you can have like all the subscribers in the world, you can have like so many, you can have like more subscribers than any other streamer out there, but it doesn't mean anything if no one is actually tuning in and watching your content. So, unfortunately, like, we're in a place with like the streaming community where like with streaming where a lot of people actually think that's the most important. Yeah, from a visual standpoint, having like, a lot of subscribers can like probably entice others to go and watch you and everything. But, and even in myself, even like, I'm a YouTube partner. I'm coming up on 1,000 subscribers on here. And I still don't like, have like a whole lot of viewers that come in. I mean, yesterday when I was doing Grounded 2, I mean, I had like, 19 concurrent viewers. And I think the most I've ever had is like 27. But, I don't have like a viral amount of viewers or anything. I'm still thankful for everyone who comes in and watches my streams. But at the end of the day, no matter how many subscribers you got, you're still not like, it doesn't really mean like a whole lot if you're not actually, getting like proper viewers or whatever. If no one's actually really tuning in and watch your content. Main place that really like kind of like makes sense or whatever is on Twitch because, on Twitch, you have like that basically that tier thing. They have like the wall or whatever. They have like, like this basically point is like, on any given game, someone with like, with 100,000, like realistically or theoretically, whatever, someone with like 100,000 followers is still not going to place as high on like, that tier, like on that, that wall, like streamers or whatever, or like that, like you basically keep scrolling down or whatever. And you see like more and more people playing the same game if it's popular or whatever. But, someone with 100,000 subscribers is still going to like, be ranked lower than someone who's got like, 100,000 subscribers or followers, only like maybe like 2 people watching. There's not going to rank as high as someone who's only got like maybe like 100 followers and they've got 5 people watching. That person's still going to like, be higher up on, higher up in noticeability than like someone else who has less, no matter how many followers or subscribers they got. So anyway, so that being said, hopefully, I know I just rambled a lot, but I guess that's kind of how I get when I'm trying to like, basically, give someone guidance and everything. I know I just like, threw a lot at you, Mind Zone, but I was just want to make sure that, you hopefully get things started well. And not too many people actually ask about the guide. So, a lot of people don't actually notice it. And it may help. It may just be because like, you're the only one you're the first one to point out, hey, the thing's broken. So now I can actually fix it so it actually display right. So others maybe actually been, who knows, they might actually been trying to look at the guides or whatever and they weren't able to. So thank you for pointing that out. So I'll definitely make sure that's fixed as soon as the stream's over. But yeah. That being said, guys, definitely went a little bit longer with this, because I was helping him out. But hey, absolutely no complaints. I enjoy doing it. I wouldn't like, have tried to like, help if if I really didn't want to. But anyway, so that said, definitely, I'm going to go try to, grab me some lunch before I go live, Grounded in a little while. I got like a lot of, orb weavers to whoop, so I can like start trying to work on my armor. And I'm gonna like be doing like a little more exploring around like the park, see if like if there's anything else. And I'm determined to try to make sure I get started on like trying to make my base inside that sneaker I found. That's definitely gonna happen. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the stream, deeply appreciate you like, comment, and share. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, we'll also appreciate that as well, since we are coming out 1,000 on here. That's basically like my big milestone I'm trying to shoot for the year. I'm hoping I can actually do so before I leave out of state, in a few months to go, hang out. Like me and possibly Big D43 are gonna be going like to hang out with like, go spend the week with Amber 17 and Rocket Nachos. So it would be nice to actually have like a means to actually celebrating with some of my best friends, actually reach that point by then and actually be able to celebrate with them up there. So hopefully it happens. And if it doesn't, well, we're still going to reach it eventually. It's going to happen. Just hope it actually does happen before the vacation. But anyways, that said, I'll be live again in a little while with Grounded 2. Maybe Eldradox will be joining us. We'll see. But until next stream, Rogues, much love. Thank you guys coming out and hanging out with me. And like I was saying the Mind Zone, if you guys are trying to get into streaming, never forget your roots, no matter how far you go with it. And always treat your viewers as people and not just numbers. And have a good time. It's not just a grind. I mean, I personally want to make a career out of this. I'm also not forgetting, just the simple, factor at the end of the game, which is I, got into streaming to play video games, for an audience and share my love of gaming, geeky stuff with them, and just have a good time talking to people and meet new people and just meet new friends and such. Streaming's great. Just, it's also more than something for profit and popularity and everything. So you guys be safe. Much love. Catch you soon for the next stream. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you later.